For 10 days, Mars will shine the brightest it has since 2003.
Here's a summary of the article.
Mars will be shining the brightest that it has in well over a decade, and people will be able to make out certain details on the planet, said Elena Hyde, astronomer and assistant professor at York University. Mars opposition happens about every 2 years, but this year is particularly noteworthy because it's the closest the red planet can get to Earth. It's going to be a lot better for observing, a lot better to look at through telescopes, like our 1-meter telescope on campus, and it will be very, very fun to watch at night just with your naked eye. The fun thing about that is, of course, Mars rotates, said Hyde. Mars is quite low on the horizon early on in the night. So we'll start off with a few other cool objects in the sky, said Gagan Sidhu, a student and observatory assistant who helped put the event together. Then as Mars rises higher in the eastern sky, we'll switch over there. So people can expect to see a bunch of cool things. Hyde encourages everyone to catch a glimpse in the next 10 days because it will be a decade and a half before Mars will be this visible again.
This post received a score of 28,000, with an upvote ratio of 97%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
It's been very bright out for a while now.
Yep, I've really noticed it lately given we had some quite clear nights here in Melbourne, Australia.
It's been super bright here in Dallas, Texas too. Super cool.
Aren't the stars at night always big and bright? Clap 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 deep in the heart of Texas.
This might be an inside joke to anyone outside the USA. Anyone inside the USA not from Texas, and/or those unfamiliar with the comedic works of Paul Rubens.
Never been to Texas, but I know this song from a Dallas snow globe I was given as a kid.
Not a Texan, but I know this song from SpongeBob.
So in other words, it will be overcast for the next 10 days straight.
Seattle, check. Autumn, check. No shiny sky thingies, check check.
Oddly clear over Dublin, Ireland, perhaps a glitch in the Matrix.
I will also celebrate the greatest win of 2020 yet.
The light from Mars probably makes Corona worse.
I for one welcome our new Martian overlords. That was pretty bright compared to normal, for you kids too young to remember 2003, but not like to the point where most people would notice it if they weren't paying attention. Pretty cool, though, if you like watching the night sky.
I noticed it last night. Super bright, right next to the evening moon. Hard to miss. I had just finished watching Away, which probably made me look in the first place.
I saw it during the full moon. And even with the moon being so bright, Mars was pretty bright too. I mean, Mars is always pretty bright even with full moon. It's literally the brightest object in the sky after the Sun, Moon, and Venus.
Jupiter is also brighter most of the time. Right now at its closest and nearing opposition, it is briefly brighter than Jupiter.
Mars is bright tonight.
Wondered how far I'd have to scroll to find the centaurs.
Ruddy stargazers. Not interested in anything closer than the moon.
I just this year got a big fancy telescope and all the required gear to take photos with it. I set this date in my calendar. Unfortunately, I live in California and the sky is filled with smoke. It should be clear skies otherwise. But nope.
I'm in NorCal and it's bright enough to see through the smoke. Past 2 nights even with Zog Fire I've been able to see it without the telly.
I can see the planet. Just not in as much detail as I would like.
Ah, understandable. I don't have a telescope so I didn't think of that.
I saw him yesterday, followed by the moonrise. Jupiter and Saturn are pretty close to each other too, if you're into planet shit.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.